Alright, kia ora, tēnā koutou palawanaka, huhangdid and malui lale. Welcome back to Fantasy Rugby Week 3, done and dusted here. What another round of Super Rugby was once again. Round 3, day 1, kicked off with Moana Pacifica and the Highlanders. Close game, Highlanders ended up scraping away with 31 points to 29. Kyron Taumofalau was shut down pretty well in that game, only scoring, let's check him out here, 18 points against the Highlanders, opposed to a 73 and 82. So wasn't the greatest outcome if you picked him in your squad this week, but that's how it goes sometimes. Timosi Tautanawa still put on 47 points, but I think the biggest regret, not only for myself, but probably a lot of people, was swapping out Ardie Savea in the back row there. But if you kept Ardie Savea this week, good for you. Good for you. You picked up, I think, 83, 84 points as a base points there. So well done, Ardie. I apologize for swapping you out. Second game, Waratahs and Drua. Drua couldn't close it out against the Waratahs, winning 29 points to 24. I had Taniela Tupou there in my front line. I thought he might have been able to put on some big points as well. Wasn't meant to be. I saw Nasila Sela didn't score the greatest points either, so together they scored me 26 points, which is not a whole lot. I thought it was going to be a bigger battle, but wasn't meant to be there. Day 2, Chiefs take on the Brumbies here in Hamilton, I should say, and what a game it was as well. I knew the Brumbies were a good side, but they came to play on Saturday. The Chiefs, though, too good, 49 points to 34. I had Simon Parker there, swapped him out for Ardie Savea this week, 30 points. So I missed out on at least 50 points on Ardie. Damien McKenzie as captain as well, and Anton Leonard-Brown with the double captain gave me some good points with the big man Quinn Tupaia there, who I think should be in the lining of the All Blacks number 12 jersey, because how good is he? I knew he could run, but I didn't really know he had the chip and chase to his arsenal. I knew he could kick, but chip and chase was fantastic to see. You guys remember, for those who have been watching the Rugby Challenge 4 series, in 2023 Rugby World Cup for the All Blacks in Be A Pro, I did a chip and chase with Quinn Tupaia, and he ended up scoring a try. So that's pretty wild to see, not only in a video game, but seeing it in real life. That was pretty epic. So Damien ended up giving me 124 as the captain, Anton 156, I think, for the double captain, and Quinn with 59 points, with Simon Parker 30 points. So Hurricanes and the Blues, what a game that was as well. What a solid try by Mark Talia. Hurricanes fall short in the capital there, Windy City, 29 points to 33. I had Ricky Riccatelli there in the front row. And what else? He put on some good points as well, 50 points, massive game. Cameron Roigard played a great game, solid game, but just with 23 points. But he's always a solid pick there, Cameron Roigard. And I only had 2 players in that one, Cameron Roigard and Ricky Riccatelli. And then the Western Force and Queensland Reds is where I put most of my forwards here. You can see Tizana went out, played an awesome game, 2 tries to his name. And so he got the double, grabs 50 points. Darcy Swain there in the front as well, 38 points. Marley Pierce in the front row, and he had a great game as well, 36 points. And Fraser McWright there for the Reds. Had a great game, but made a lot of supporting plays rather than individual plays. And he scores 21 points. Looking into the top 8 of the Hot Sports tournament here at the 1, sitting there still after, 2 weeks? Or maybe 1 week there. Big Marcel there takes the spot. He scores 564 points in that round 3, sitting on 2023. I move up a couple of spots as well with 718 points, one of the biggest points scored, I think, in my competition, in fact. Yeah. So not a bad showing this round for myself. 1,998, just a few, maybe 20 plus points away from Big Muscle there. So pretty good round. Counting Pearls, 604. He sits there at 1963. Trash Boat 665. William Wallace at number 5, 664. 1 point away. Nate 22. Nate 22, he might have just joined. I haven't seen that name before. He might be a little bit new. 612. Wolf Gamer moves to the top 8 and 630 there. 1,827 points. Let's look at his squad. The legendary Wolf Gamer John. And okay, he had Riccatelli as well. Marley Pierce, Nice, and Robert. 47 points, putting it on. Really, really good there. Craig, Dusty Swain as well. McWright, Tizano, 50, had Karefi as well. Swapped out Ardie Savia, so probably feeling the pain as well. Losing out on Ardie Savia this week as well, John. You got Mackenzie there. Anthony Brown had the duo there. Chiefs duo. Tangatau, Toma Falau, and Nadawa there in the back 3. So not a bad showing as well, John. But there you go. There's your top 8. Actually, let's carry on. Let's see who else is here. Alaho Almoa drops out of the top 8 into 9. 601. Comeback King, number 10. Keith with 493 that round. Uncle G, 562. 7-1 Splinter Springbok Gitter. Love that name. That's an awesome name. 577 Bix 93 for 591. Ufa 542. Blues No Clues 576. Chris Rugby 521. Horse Sick 497. Nutcracker 641. And Warricanes at 489. Warricanes, I remember him being in the top 8, so that's a big drop. Hopefully get to see him there, make his way up, but we're all fighting for that number 1 spot. I really want that in the next round here, Big Muscle, so I'm coming for you there, number 1 spot in round 4. So it's going to be all on. If you've been watching the videos, you haven't joined the league, come and join us. Just have some fun, and can maybe even display your team on the channel as well. But there you go. There are your top teams there in the competition of my league. And if we look for the global league here, Big Muscle still there. No, he's dropped out of the top 10, unfortunately. And I move up a couple of spots as well. 164. I came back from being down, I think, 400. At one point I was at 1,000. So made up a lot of spots there. 164. And we're just checking out some of these points as well. 720 was larger than mine. 781. 781. Let's go see what he's got. He's probably got the Ardie Savia, Quincy Pie as well. Antoine Brown, Dolgunu. Yeah, that was a good pick. Tavatanawai, P.S. Riccatelli, and Robert. He had an awesome front 3. He had Nasila as well. And yeah, no, that's awesome. That looks like a triple. Is that a triple captain? I think that is. I think he used it. Nice. 781. Well done. But yeah, there you go. Well done. Let's continue though through the competition. One thing I will say though, just as a tip, as some people are picking players maybe a little bit too early before game day. Try to wait and maybe just try to get an idea of who's playing on the day, because sometimes I think Fantasy might have mucked up a little bit. There were some players with the green selected play logo next to their names, but they didn't actually play on the weekend. So just keep an eye out on the lineup, see who's playing in the game that day, and then make your changes. So maybe just go through, check it just a couple of hours before the game, or even the game the day before, because the lineouts do swap out. Like, just bear in mind that players get injured during the week, maybe in training, just pick up an injury and don't end up playing. Maybe they're sick as well. So just make sure you go over, recheck everything, recheck your players. All right, and that should be good. Also, no Highlanders this week. They're going on a bye week, so I don't want to see any Highlanders in your lineups this week. So make sure you swap those out, and that should be about it. This week I was able to get 718 points. Pretty good there. My average points didn't look too good though. was at 666, and that's not a good look either. I need to maintain a clean image here. I can't really do with that. And the average points there 666, so I need to get rid of that number. So there you go. That was my team. That was my points for this round. Coming up next, though, Game 1, Highlanders on a bye week. So Game 1 is Blues and Brumbies on Friday in Auckland. Saturday's Drua taking on the Chiefs in Fiji. Moana Pacifica and the Hurricanes play in Auckland. Waratahs and the Western Force in Sydney. And then the Crusaders come off their bye week to take on the Reds on Sunday. And I think that might be an early game as well, 3 o'clock. Make sure you check the times, of course, yourself. But that's it. That's it for this one. We'll wrap this video up. If you guys did well this round, let me know. If you did better this round than the last one, let me know if you did better than I did in the first couple of rounds as well. If you're new, welcome. And we will continue. Don't forget as well, game discounts, deals at G2A. I'll put the link in the description. You can get yourself some good deals on video games. I've partnered up with G2A this week, and should be good. Until the next video, I'll see you next weekend in round 4. Take care, be well, and I'll see you guys then.